Welcome back to July, finally, on, I nearly said Attingham then, I don't know why, Saxlingham. Welcome back everybody. We are, as you'll see, assembling our harvest crew. So, what I have done is we have swapped the configurations of the trailers, took the twins off the New Holland, repaired the New Holland, we fed the animals, all manner of things to get ourselves to a point where we can just focus. And actually, I need to look it back up again, but so I get the right terminology. But we will talk about that in a little while. So, what we're going to do first is we're going to head to... I'm pretty sure it's Field 2. It is Field 2. It's the one without any tram lines. But if we go to this one, growth, as I suspected, our canola will be next month. So chances are we're going to have the majority of our fields done. Now, I'm going to keep the time at no less than 5, I think, for now. There is a harvest contract for oats appeared as well, amongst other, you know, relatively well-paying jobs, to be fair. A bit of baling. Ooh, bit of baling. I'd forgotten about those contracts. I had. But we did those on Riverbend Springs, didn't we? So, yeah, I've kept the cows going. We only had to do one mix. The, what's the word I'm looking for? The grass, the meadow grass. Each month regrows at about 20,000 litres. It doesn't last long, but it's long enough to not have to do so many mixes. Probably saves about one mix, if that makes sense at all. So, I will get this lot up to the field. I mean, it shouldn't, in theory, take too long to get Field 2 done. Now, I need to think here about how we want to present the header to the combine. So I think we're just going to go a little bit gung-ho and see if we can't spin ourselves. In fact, we could just park it there, couldn't we? In fact, that will be the best option. So, we'll leave that running, and we'll get the, the class. Now, I have, in a, well, actually, I downloaded it because I hadn't got it, extended straw crops, I think, or use. And so we can get straw from other crops. Now, obviously, oats gives us straw anyway. Haha. But what I'm thinking is for Field 2. I'm shocking. Field 2 and Field 3, we will. Well, we're going to drop straw on all of them. But, oops. For Field 2 at least, we're going to collect it, and I'm regretting it already whilst I'm saying it. We are going to collect it semi-automatically. So basically, have a tractor parked in the field with auto load enabled. Let's just see what. Let's unfold that, and then. We will grab the telehandler and we will pick them up and we'll load them on, and then it will just snap into position. That is my thinking. I don't see what's wrong with that. I don't think we've done it yet on here like that. No, we haven't. We've just picked them up manually. So, that's the plan. I am going to drag the... No, it's not a New Holland. It's not a New Holland. I'm going to drag the John Deere out the way, just for the sake of, hopefully, if we put a bit of auto drive and whatnot on, then, I mean, it shouldn't be in the way anyway, but who blooming knows. So, I'll get the trailers up here, and then we'll make a start. So, seeing the combine with the auger in like that reminded me of a video I saw the other day where I think it was a John Deere setup. Now, I don't struggle normally to spot the difference between an AI, sound like Boris, AI, ChatGPT. Train of thought. Ah, yes, that was it. AI videos and real life, but I've never seen this before, so I'm pretty sure it was a John Deere combine, John Deere tractor, and an auger wagon, an auger wagon, for whatever reason. But, so, auger was back like this. On the front of the tractor was what only can be described as the sort of a bit of a hopper with a conveyor or a pipe work then going into the back of the trailer. Now, presumably, and I think the comment was sort of extreme controlled traffic, so I guess the premises of that is that the tractor and the combine both follow the same track, which then saves compaction off of in other areas in the field. And yeah, it was. I was like, what am I looking? What am I struggled to see because the tractor was so close, obviously, to the back of the combine with this like hopper thing sitting under the nozzle, under the spout. Like I say, with like a pipe or a conveyor going into an auger wagon or a trailer. It was, yeah, really, really cool. So if people know whether that sort of thing exists actually, then that would be rather cool to know, and whether I've been duped or not. Now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to drive this freehand, baby. Now, we need to make sure that we are dropping straw. Lovely job. Lovely, lovely, lovely job. Cracking. Nice. Nice. Lovely bit of straw coming off this. So we will, as I said, we'll get this harvested. Baled. Now, bales we can do the biggest size possible. There's no issue with straw. We're not using it in the TMR, rightly or wrongly. That's the point, actually. IRL, in real life, straw, is it really added? I can't see what the nutritional benefit would be. Don't know. I know we're using to pad out in FS, but in real life, surely at that point it's got no nutritional value. is the word I'm looking for. So yeah, let me know. You know, when I've seen Tom Pemberton make a mix, you know, it's silage, and pretty sure at some point they put sugar beet in, and they'll put a cake in, which in our case is, I guess, is like mineral feed. But I don't ever recall him putting a straw bale in there, or part of one. So I think from that point of view, we're not doing too bad for in inverted commas realism. But yes, please do let me know. I'm pretty sure there are going to be some people that will know the answer. So yeah, please do let me know. Well, this could actually work out rather well. we shall be at a point where we'll be about 90% potentially. Now, oats isn't the best yielding crop in the world, but it does a reasonable job of being half decent. There we go. So, is it that one? It is. Look at that. So what we'll do, just to make things a little bit easier, is we'll pull forward to here. Chuck a load of straw out the back. It's alright, it's only me that's got to bale it. So I do apologise. You wouldn't get out of a harvester while it was still running, would you? I don't think you would. Maybe. Who knows? 30 degrees though. Stunning weather. It's actually, like I say, depending on when these come out, because things are a bit hectic at the moment. Yeah, we are, what are we, mid-December now? And it's a bit chilly of an evening, but the days have been surprisingly mild at the moment. Something seems to settle then. There we go. We don't need to sit and watch that unload, do we? Now, I think what I'm going to do is... Well, I'm not now because I've parked a trailer in the way, but... Yeah, we're going to do another headland, which makes sense. Give ourselves plenty of space to navigate, negotiate. Navigate's the word, isn't it? I'm losing the plot. Yeah, to navigate the headlands, basically. And like I say, I'm the one that's got to bail it. So if it's not 100% straight, then it's my own darn fault, isn't it? But never the minds. It's I can't believe we've got round to this time of year again. Quite frankly. Because then it gets busy. It gets busy again now, doesn't it? Liming, mulching, ploughing if required, drilling, deciding what to put in the ground. Ugh, it's such a chore. It really is. It's not really. I love it. I love being busy. I love being busy. I don't like it when I feel like I'm scratching around for things to do. You know, I just... Yeah, prefer being busy. As is in... Not always in real life, actually. It is nice to have a bit of downtime every now and again. But you catch my drift. So... I don't think we're going to bale the headlands first or anything like that. I don't think there's any need, really. Like I say, I don't think we're going to get masses of oats off of here. Can't remember what the trailers hold without the extensions. I want to say 23,000. But I don't even think it's that much. What I'm saying is we might get all the crop in the 2 trailers without having to go and tip it at the grain dryer. Is my point. But yeah, we're harvesting. It's good to be back doing it. I say it every single time I get into a harvester, and I dread to think how many times I've said it throughout the 4 years nearly now. That is ridiculous. 4 years? Yeah. Yeah, it would be. Blimey. 4 years of doing this malarkey. Not quite 4 years of doing this, to be fair. I think one of the first videos I posted was of a tractor run, I think. The local one. And then that got me thinking. I think that was the thought of it all. Right, I'm rambling. I'll be back with you very shortly. So, possibly risky, starting this pass as full as we were, but I think we're probably going to make it to the end before we are full. using VCA. Need to try and get into the habit of using that a little bit more because it is good. And I can't remember when I mentioned it. I've slept since I thought about it, and I kind of alluded to it. Now, it was something that Marnik sent me in the week, a video, and basically the concept was that, let's just rig and raise up, because I can't do two things at once, people. You should know that by now. We shall pop the auger out. Basically, it was the concept of focusing, and focusing in gaming. So let's get. So you are full 21,700 litres, and take this as you will. You may not, I guess, suffer with this. The concept is that when you play a lot of different games, you don't actually get as much enjoyment out of it. Quite deep, I suppose. Concept being that when you switch between any task in life, there is that period of what would you call it, recalibration of the brain. You know, right, I've done that, now I need to do this. Which is the same in gaming, really. Because, you know, playing FS, you have a certain set of controls, certain set of things to do. And then if you go and play something like Project Motor Racing, why did I say that? PMR, Project Motor Racing. Excuse me. Completely different set of controls, completely set of different gameplay, and you adjust, but your brain doesn't sort of relax, I guess you'd say, and it really did kind of make sense for me, at least, as to when I have a decently, spend a decent amount of time playing FS. Not only do you find yourself relaxing, and dare I say the next thing, you also become slightly more creative. And your brain sort of gets into it more, the ideas flow, so that's where, and it's hard to sort of put a timeline to this as how long that takes, but I'll be playing and not really have an idea of what I need to do for the episode, which is probably bad on my part anyway. But once I've done, say, 2 recordings, you think, oh yeah, I could do that in the next one. Or you've done something and goes, right, you've looked at something like we did the other week with the slurry and with the manure, oh okay, we could do that. Or the chicken, the sort of like the little ideas begin to flow because you're getting into it more, because you're spending that time immersing yourself in it. So yeah, it's an interesting concept. I don't play too many different games anyway, but sometimes of an evening, if I sit on my laptop, I'm like, oh, what should I play? Should I play FS and get my controller out, or should I do Timberborn or Schedule 1? And then you sort of swap yourself between all of them, and you think, I'm not actually fussed. And that might be that might be a whole load of things that if I'm slightly more tired, or there's something on TV in the background that I find myself watching a little bit more than I'm actually playing. There's a whole host of things that can contribute to that. But yeah, and it makes sense as to why the long jobs in FS, like your ploughing, or if you've got a big harvest to do, or the root crops, that sort of thing, where it takes a lot of time, it is very soothing for the soul, I suppose you'd say. And that's probably why a lot of people, there we go, or some people, most people enjoy those sort of jobs because you can just lose yourself in it. And it is, you get into that, you've got that muscle memory of, right, up and down, lift the plough, rotate the plough, lower the plough. Yeah, and there's not too many games where you can just sort of do something and not have to focus 100%. So, yeah. Anyway, just interesting concept. Interesting concept indeed. So we are cracking on. I am up against it today. I'm off work today. Woohoo! It is 8 minutes past 8 on a Friday morning, and the electrician is due, and the power will be off for up to 3 hours. What am I going to do? So I am trying my bestest to get some recording done first. So yeah, you've got early me today, people. You've got early me. So this episode is sponsored by coffee. Not really sponsored by coffee, but if there is a coffee brand watching, you know, I'm not. I don't know what I'm on about now. It's the early ramblings of a coffee-fueled man. Thought we might as well utilise auto drive as it is set up for this field, and it will take it to the grain dryer and then come back to us, hopefully. I am hazarding a guess that, and looking at the rest of the field, we might just fit it all in the combine. Don't know really. Relatively, you know, 99% yield. Relatively decent shade of green. Not dark green, but yeah, it's not too shabby. It isn't too shabby at all. Oh, we're going to fit it all in? What are we going to be? 70-something% by the time we get to the end? I reckon so. I think we should be okay. But then we'll need to grab the... Oh, where are you going? I thought you were going to turn left then. We'll have to grab the baler. We'll need the telehandler and a trailer. Now, I'm not proposing to put the telehandler to pull the trailer, but we will need both of those items. I'm interested to see how many bales we get. Like I said, we will do the biggest size because they're only going into the straw blower shredder machine thing. Oh, that was a big save lag. Oh dear, oh squeaky bum time then. So the New Hollander's tipped marvellous, super duper. Right, 80%. Well, yeah, we'll see. We will see. So yeah, like I said, we don't need to worry about the size of the straw bales. That is absolutely fine as they are as the biggest ones. And yeah, I think we just need to get it done, don't we? This is going to be closer than I thought it would be. I don't think we're... I don't know, 18,000 litres. I mean, it'd be half good if we could get it all in. But, who knows? No, we're not going to... No. It's not... Well, it's not annoying at all. Have we got a tractor that's there? Yes, we have. And here comes the class as well. You can see the covers just come off the New Holland. Goodness knows where they're going, though. Are you going to try and... I don't even want to know where he's going to appear from. 60... Oh, okay. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be Dukes of Hazzard through the trees then. Oh, dear. You've got to laugh. You've got to laugh. Come on. There we go. No. Oh, never first time. Could this be an opportunity for a screenshot. I've done a bit too soon there. Come on. There we go. Right, let's do that now. Let's do that live, baby. Let's do that live. I love this mod. And I think that'll be blooming lovely. Thank you very much. Super. Love it. Now, I wonder whether we can be cheeky here. Just, come on. Are you going to work with me? Are you going to work with me? No, you're not. But we have finished the field, so that is good. Right. Come on. Come on. This is what we have to do now, because we're playing catch. I don't know why it sometimes stutters in reverse. There we go. It's like just watching the video backwards. Oh, you can do that in DaVinci Resolve. You can play it backwards and the sound goes... Ever so bizarre. Right. You're good. Super. Fantastic. Right. That is field 2 harvested of its oats. We shall fold that up. And we shall go and grab a baler. Oh, and I'll tell you how much we got when it's all tipped into the grain dryer. So, final load being tipped. There we go. And we ended up with 61,558 litres, which is not too shabby off a field that size, I don't think. That is good, right. We can engine off on you, and we... Oh, that one, there we go. There we go. Right. Fent on fent. Beacons on. I've left the hay in, I am guessing that it will just overwrite it. Failing that, we'll have a hay bale. Very bright. I don't know if I need to drop the brightness down a little bit, or if it's just sunny. One is not sure. Right. Oh, creaky bale. Creaky baler. Like it. So, beacons off. Unfold. Beacons off. Unfold. Turn on. Lower down. And it's converted to straw. Lovely. Right. What we do need to do is... There we go. 220 centimetre bales. Job is a good one. First one will be smaller, but that's fine. Yeah, place your bets now for how many bales we actually come off the field with. I mean, we're filling up relatively quickly. Hard to judge. It's hard to judge these things. But, yeah, it's going to be all... I mean, I think I said we were going to keep the straw off of these two. When I say these two, I mean 2 and 3. Yeah, 2 and 3. Because, yeah, I think baling the canola straw, not that it's going to look any different, will be, yeah, something different. To use your imagination. Which is what half of this is all about, isn't it? Imagination, or sometimes lack of. And I've just paused for a second because we had a message pop up and I didn't hit record in time because I was checking the information. Great demand for oats at the sell point. I think we need to turn on the dryer, people. We need to turn on the dryer. So we are... Dry out straw, activate. Go. Yeah. Now, whether that hangs around for long enough for us to dry out, I'm not going to change the speed. But if we can get some dry and some sold, then job's a good one. Spot of luck, wasn't it? Honestly, I was just pootling along, popped up, thought, oh, I'll have a look. Yeah, dry out. Yeah. It's nice when things work out like that. Like I said, I'm not going to change the time, I'm not going to slow things down. Mind you, it won't help anyway, because it will just slow the drying speed down, so... yeah, if we can get some done, we will. If not, yeah. It was worth a shot. But yeah, thought I'd show you that, just so it doesn't look anything like there's anything nefarious going on. But yeah, fingers crossed, we can get some dry oats. I think the plan of action is going to be, I was just mulling it over in my head, do we sort of harvest a field and then turn it around for the next crop, or, and I think the one that what I'm going to go for is we'll harvest everything, because I don't necessarily think you would stop harvesting. If the if the weather window was good, you'd just smash it all out, wouldn't you? And then start your turnaround process, I guess you'd call it. You know, liming, mulching, ploughing if needed, drilling. So I think that's what we're going to do. We are just going to smash the harvest cycle, and then spend however long it takes. One, deciding what to put in next, and two, getting the actual work done. I think that's going to be the plan. But yeah, we've got this little bit and then one pass left. I think we'll drop the baler off the fence and grab the trailer. There we go. Lift that up. Are we going to get around that way? Yeah. And yeah, put the trailer on the back of the fence. And then we will, yeah, bring the telehandler up. Could use the JCB, but JCB. This is JCB, moron. Meant the John Deere. Could use the John Deere, but we'll, we haven't used the JCB too much, so we'll stick the bale fork on the front of that. Let's put cruise control on, and we'll get them cleared. Like I said, semi-automatically. 22,000 litres left to go. Has the price plummeted? It is going down, but not horrendously quick, which is good. It's good. Make some cash. Might invest it in some coups, potentially. Potentially. Could. Yeah, I don't think we need anything else, do we, really? I mean, the chunk of the money is going to come from the rest of the fields, let's be honest. We've got 60-something thousand litres we're hopefully going to get rid of at a good price. But then we're going to have however many other thousands of litres of oats, wheat, bit of canola. So we're not going to be short of cash, let's put it that way, are we? So, yeah, I think that is a good plan. We might invest a little bit back into the farm. And, yeah, maybe get some more sheep as well. Some goat, maybe more goats, actually. Maybe some more goats. But that is the baling done. Right, so lift up, turn off, and eject. There we go. We can fold that up. We will just... I'm not going to just leave this in the lay-by without a tractor. I don't think. I think that would be very irresponsible. So we will drop this back to the farm somewhere, grab the trailer, grab the JCB, and get some loading started. So, with the trailer set to operating position, hopefully, we should just be able to drop these on there. Aha, it works. Good. That's what we're going to do. That is the plan. Nothing overly scientific, but we'd start at this end of the field. I think we're going to attempt stacks of 2, he says, concentrating. I think that'll work quite well. It has so far. Mind you, we've only done 2. We are bimbling across the field. So, there we go, that on. Oh, touch rearward, there we go. Oh, wait, front wheels off the ground. Yeah, so we got, I think it was 38 bales at 9,000 litres each. That's rather blooming good. Now, I'm not sure how it might work when we get a little bit higher up now, because technically they're not there, so we should be able to just still place them on the trailer. Not the best at that point, but it's about the process. It's the process, you know. Oh, that was a bit of a, really got a bit of air then. I do like how the ridges stay in the field. I do like it. So today, or this evening, in fact, is the annual Christmas tractor run. So the, you know, local farmers stick a load of Christmas lights on, fancy horns. I've seen one, the one that's already got like a foam machine, so you know, simulating snow. So we'll be watching that later on. And I don't mind saying that I find those things rather emotional. There will be a tear in my eye. That's it. I don't know. It's for a good cause, which is always a nice thing, and they're just giving up their time. You know, farmers are having a shit time at the moment, as you're probably aware, and they still go out and do things like this. So, yeah, hats off to them. I really like it. So yeah, that'll be this evening's. Not the whole of not the whole of the evening's entertainment, but the one I'm most looking forward to be fair. So yeah, I can't wait, and that is, you know, that for me is a sign that it's nearly Christmas. It's lovely. Right, I'm just going to test something. Yeah, there we go. We can do that, so that's fine. Lovely. Right. I shall do a little bit more, and I'll be back with you. I'm just moving the first bale that we made down here, so I don't forget about it. I did go to pick it up and then realised that, oh yeah, that was the first one we had, and it's a little bit too small. But you'll see, we're making progress. It's not actually taking as long as I thought, which is nice. Again, not a massive field, only 37 to load, and 1 to transport back on the telehandler. But yeah, did do 1 stack of 3. Don't fall now. Did do 1 stack of 3 and 1 of 4, and the 4 was a little bit ropey. I thought, you know what, I'll go back 2s and play it safe. I mean, the good thing about this grab is it does grab the anything that's sort of within its height. So 3 it will hold on to, 4 no, pushing it a little bit too far. So 2s, I think, play it safe. Yeah, I quite like it. It's best of both worlds. It for me, it's one, it looks neat on the trailer. You haven't got to worry about falling off the back, you know, getting out and then having to strap them down every time. And I know that's what you have to do in real life, but me, like I say, this is best of both worlds. Bit of manual stacking ish. Manual handling? No, you wouldn't manual. Well, you might manual handle a bale, but manual loading with the benefit of auto stacking. There we go. So if we just pop them there, they should appear on the top. Lovely jubbly. And yeah, what have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 left to go. So yeah, not going to take us long. And then we can get them into storage and yeah, all tidied away. And then we can probably, I'm guessing that the dry oats, or the oats are now dry, so we should probably check that. There's concentrating, and maybe get the old truck to deliver those. But yeah, other than that, good going. Final 3 balers. Oh, balers? That's bales for the trailer, all in one word. Ah dear. So, did have to come out the game. As I mentioned, the power was off for several hours, but we're all sorted now. Lovely chap he was. Lovely chap indeed. So I did unload the bales and reloaded some of them, but yeah, just in case we had, do you remember the issue on, was it 22? Where if you left bales on an auto load trailer, they appeared in the shop, didn't they? That was it. Right, so there we go. I don't know why I'm looking because the traffic is off. But we will take this one down and then grab ourselves the trailer. And then I think I need to clear my throat, sorry. Doing that a lot lately. Should have had a drink before I started. Then what we will do is just trying to think. We could actually put this one near the cows, couldn't we, and just use it straight away. Now I wonder, and I haven't looked since I came back into the game. Dry oats, yes, marvellous, marvellous. And one assumes, yes, we've dried everything, so that can be turned off. Okay. So, what's that going to be? 3 trailer loads or 1 and a bit lorries? I think 1 and a bit lorries sounds preferential. So, we will pop that. No, I'm moving the camera, not the boom. There we go. We will pop that just about there. Super. Hello, John. I'm getting my John Deeres and my JCBs mixed up. We will put that there. Spin this bad boy around. And reconnect to the old flea girl. Put that there. Right, engine off on that. Off we go. 37 bales. We'll turn to transportation mode. Lovely. Right. So, yes, bales cleared. Job is, he says. Yeah, we've got 37 here. We made 38. Lovely jubbly. Right, so I'll drop these into storage and then we will go and grab the truck, load up with the dry oats and yeah, go and get them sold. Should be a tidy income, which is, I was going to say needed, but we're sitting alright. But it would help to brake and power slide round the corner. It would help just to have a little bit more cash in the bank for when those monthly hire purchase payments go out. So if we spin round here, I don't know why I'm showing you all of this, but it won't hurt. We will Back up into the trigger. Smooth. And then press Y and Y. There you go. Ah, that's super. And then we will reset that and leave that there. Now, by the power of teleportation. Oh. Is it there? Let's visit. Where's the... truck? Anybody? Where's my truck? Huh? I am confused. Let's... we go to garage. Trucks. What? Huh? Where's... which mode? Where's that gone then? Did I... oh, did I screw that up in the mod conflict testing? I must have done. Right. Good job we're near to the store. We'll have to see if they've got something we can borrow. Well, we went with a Mercedes. And I probably should have boosted the horsepower. Because this is painful. I think we're going to need to... yeah, might need to send it for some tweaks. Same as before. It has been purchased for us. We paid the delivery cost. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But this is just... now we've got, like, a lot of weight on the back. But come on. We'll, yeah, we'll have a word with the local mechanic. No, we won't. I'll just up the power. I should have gone anyway. I was being a cheapskate. Not that I've had to pay for it, mind, but you never mind. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, yeah, I'm not going to bother with the other remaining 2,000 litres, something like that. Let's put cruise control on. Goodness me. That is painful. What we got? Yeah, 2,159. I'm not going to bother with that. Purely because, yeah, one, it's not even... it's going to take ages. I'm hoping when we get on the flat, we'll be good. Come on. I mean, it's a lovely model. Lovely colour. But, yeah, uphill. I not like it. I not like it at all. See, power. There is a lot to be said for it. Horsepowers, that is. Right. Come on. This will be the last act of today's episode. I realise it's probably going to be a reasonable length one. Oh, we're having to break. What a shame. We hope we've come the right way. Yes, we have. Marvellous. I don't know how I've managed to delete the truck. Because it's in the... oh, I don't know. It's probably... I just don't know. I just don't know. I just really don't know. But even now, that's like bobbling around. Right. Let's make some cash. Super. Look at it rocket up. Trailers like this are very impressive. Those Rams can lift some weight. 74. Let's call that 84. 84,000? Nearly? Which is not three shabby, is it? Lovely. And that, everybody, is it. Harvest time is back. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing now. So can he get away from it? Yeah, I mean, it looks decent. Just yeah, wants a few more ponies under the hood. It does. Thank you all very, very much for watching. Massive shout out to the YouTube channel members and the Patreons. Thank you all very, very much. And I shall catch you all in the next one. Take care.